morning. Heidi Foy here with Bullfrog Creatives, and I want to welcome you to our countdown to the CNFR, the College National Finals Rodeo. You guys, this is the 75th year that the CNFR has been held and the 25th year to be held in Casper, Wyoming. So I think we can officially say that Casper is the home of the CNFR. You guys, our countdown this year is brought to you by Visit Casper. We're proud to partner with Visit Casper this year to highlight some things that you can do while you're in town, and also to provide a little bit of a different perspective of the CNFR. If you guys have followed Bullfrog Creatives in the past, you know that I am not your traditional media, if you could even call me media. So we're proud to partner with Visit Casper this year to provide kind of the behind the scenes look, behind the scenes interviews, something just a little bit different. So let's get to our countdown. This week we have, ta-da! Now if I can push all the right buttons, Coach Ken Mason. He is the faculty director in the Ozark region. Welcome to our show this morning, Ken. Thanks for joining me.
You bet. Good morning.
Yeah. Ken, talk to me a little bit about how long, we've talked off camera a little bit about kind of your college rodeo history. How long have you been coaching and where do you coach?
I coach at Missouri Valley College. I've been here for 20 years.
You've been in one place for 20 years?
Yes, ma'am. So
I do know you said this off camera. 2011 was when you were awarded the National Coach of the Year. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
2011.
Well, you were talking about my little girls.
Yes.
Yes. And those little girls that were with me in 2011, one of them got engaged this last week. And so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So when you said that,
Casper.
Yeah, that's crazy. Talk about full circle. Like when you said my daughter got engaged, I was like, I pictured those girls in the arena and I was thinking, whoa, is she getting engaged at like 10? What?
Right. I know.
Well, congratulations to your daughter. We're very excited. Also, you said to a Casper guy, pretty excited about that. And that's an interesting connection. The ag world, be it FFA, college rodeo, high school rodeo, like it's so intertwined. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah. It's a small world in this, and it is what it is. I mean,
yeah.
So we're super excited for her and for him both. And yeah, it's neat that now we're going to have relatives in Casper,
Hey, now you're going to be planning trips outside of June. That's going to be weird.
Right. Isn't that weird? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, so Ken, 20 years at Missouri Valley College. Kudos to you. I know that's definitely, I would say that being a rodeo coach, a college rodeo coach is probably more a labor of love. It's something that I think that people don't necessarily think about the college rodeo coach position very much. But being on the outside and kind of looking back and knowing what my coaches did for me and what those that played the coach's role did for me, I think kudos to you for pouring into our young student athletes for that long. I think it speaks to your character immensely.
Thank you. Well, we just, I can't
believe
it's hard to believe. What do you say to that? I mean, 20 years. I mean, I know it's a lot easier at 30 than it is at 50.
I would agree with that. It definitely would have to be. Well, so Ken, talk to me a little bit about your region. I know you're in the Ozark region. Tell me about your rodeo schedule, kind of what that looked like this last season.
Oh, we had 5 in the spring, 5 in the fall. I'm really thankful for being able to coach in this region. We have 320 student athletes. So I actually get to breathe at the college rodeos. I mean, it's, but man, our region's really neat because the coaches all get along, and we have coaches meetings. I mean, it's pretty light. We just get down to business, and I really enjoy the group of people that we get to coach, and I enjoy the coaches. And there's some, like some of those coaches, they're awesome guys and awesome women, and we get along really well, and I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful to be in the Ozark region. it's the right number of kids. It's not too many. It's, slack doesn't last till 3 a.m. Thank goodness. I mean, it is pretty nice.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to me about, and you might not know the answer to this, but what is the ratio of like junior college to universities in the Ozark region?
Are pretty close to the same, actually. Well, we have a few more universities, but it's pretty close. We have several JUCOs as well. I think we only had 4 independent students this year
Okay.
in the whole region. And they were pretty easy to work with and get along, like with work in progress and everything. Those kids, had it going on. They did a good job with that.
So we have a lot of kind of newer rodeo fans. Those students that are rodeoing independent, that just means that they don't have they attend college at a school that is not a member school of the NIRA.
That's correct. Yep.
So if you decide to go, I don't know, what's the college in your region that is not a member school?
Well, let's see. Well, that's a good question. Well, just like, I don't know, what are some of the schools? Where are these girls at? University. Well, there's that DeQueen, Arkansas.
Okay.
There's a little young lady goes to school in DeQueen, Arkansas. Let's see. I was just thinking about Jill went to Vanderbilt when she rodeoed independently.
Okay.
Then
that's definitely not a school I would expect to have a rodeo program.
Exactly. Arkansas, there's a little girl that it's a university in Arkansas, and I can't remember.
Well, and I think it's important for students to know, like if you are on a chosen career path and you want to go to a specific school and maybe they don't have a rodeo program, there are still opportunities for you to compete.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's in any region, not just the Ozark region, that's kind of across the nation. You would still be able to compete. And it looks different for those independent kids. They're not getting financial assistance from the college. So it's going to look way different. But just so you guys know, there are still some opportunities out there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to add, make sure you can see that. Okay. Yes, let's just go through. I have to move my tab around so I can see it too. Let's just go through. So you have 5 in the spring, 5 in the fall, which I would say is more of a standard schedule. Every region operates a little bit differently and can be very unique. Some do double headers and 5 weekends. Some do 5 in the fall, 5 in the spring. So it's a little bit different depending on the region, depending on the school, depending on the location, for sure.
Right. Some schools are 7-3 and 6-4. I'm really thankful that we keep it 5-5 and keep it, we have 15 weeks of school. And so it's pretty nice that sometimes in the spring when you're really racking in there and you're trying to put in 6 college rodeos in the spring can be pretty taxing on the student athlete as far as
for sure.
Academically.
And before I have you start on the men's team standings or the men's results, talk to me about what types of arenas you guys are competing in throughout your season.
Well, I think 3 outdoor pens. Is that correct? Let's see. In the fall, we go to Missouri Valley College. We have an outdoor pen. Beautiful. It reminds me of like our pen is a really neat setup. Kind of reminds me of Clear Lake, South Dakota. Just a little bit. The Bull of Clear Lake. I don't know if you've ever been to Clear Lake, but the Sutton's I used to go. Sutton had a rodeo in Clear Lake. I went to Clear Lake a time or 2 years ago, and it was like in a bull, and that's kind of like our place. And then we go to University of West Alabama, and it's outside in the fall too. And then, of course, Murray State's inside, and SAU's inside. And then I think we'll go back to Monticello, Arkansas. So we'll have 3 outside and 2 inside in the fall. And then in the spring, I think we'll be I think in the spring we're going to be all inside this next year. I think.
So how do those inside pins compare to the CNFR setup here in Casper?
Oh, they're a lot larger. Other than like Murray State's pretty small, UT Martin's pretty small, more similar to Casper, but like the rest of them are, I mean, like our great big pens are big indoor. And so, you know, when I say indoor, I might mean also covered.
Covered.
Yes.
Covered. Indoor there is different than indoor in Wyoming.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a really good point, because we have to worry about protection from snow and coming in sideways. Like, that's a thing here. So a covered pin isn't going to do us much good.
No, I don't suppose. The covered pin is everything here. I mean, just keeps the water off and gives us shade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shade. Yeah. You guys want sunlight. We want shade. It's kind of funny, but yeah. And that's another reason I really like our regions, because, you know, we don't have to battle the weather. I mean, because our rodeos are late in the spring, early in the fall, and we don't, not much of a struggle with roads or traffic.
So when's your first fall one? When do you start?
Third week of September.
So right away.
Yep.
Kids typically start school right after Labor Day?
Yeah, I think right around the 16th, 17th.
Okay. And then they go right into the rodeos. That's another thing to kind of, I don't know, that's something to be on the lookout for, because if you have some amateur rodeos or professional rodeos that you want to go to, then you can kind of work around those schedules a little bit.
Yeah. And, we've been really blessed. Like, I got guys that are flying in and flying out all the time to make it to the college rodeo, which kudos to those guys for coming to the college rodeo and getting on and competing at the college rodeo when they're trying to catch a flight. I mean, I think Ty Pope, I don't know how many times I picked him up, or one of the kids picked him up at the airport when he was flying in and out all the time. But kudos to that kid. Let me tell you about that kid. I mean, that's a boy on my team, Ty Pope, hell of an athlete, wonderful guy, good young man. I mean, and he made it to all the college rodeos. I mean, he flew in and flew out. I mean, so I'm really thankful.
I mean, he's one of those. Now I'm pulling up the PRCA website. He's one of those cowboys that is, and this is a unique situation for college rodeo, different from NCAA, but our contestants, our student athletes, can compete at a professional level and in college. So he's one of those guys that's going to both, like you said. So he's flying in and out, trying to hit both of them.
Right. And, it's kept him from going to a lot of rodeos too. It sure has. But it's what it is.
The college rodeos has kept him from going to some of the professional rodeos.
Yeah. And but like he made a commitment to college rodeo, and that's what he did. And kudos, kudos to him. Yep.
Well, and I think that goes to speak to. My guess is he's probably one of those rodeo athletes that is running it as a business, but also that is kind of thinking ahead to the future, knowing that riding barebacks is not going to last forever.
Yeah, that's right. He's a smart kid.
All right, Ken, let's talk about who we're going to see in Casper. I wish I had my count in 15 days?
Won't be long. I don't know. I have to leave on the 4th.
10 days.
Yeah, 10 days. Yeah, I leave on the 4th.
Well, check-in is in 10 days.
Right.
All right.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Jeez. Man, time flies when you're having fun.
Right. Yep.
Look at you right at the top there with the men's team, Missouri Valley College. Talk to us about your season a little bit.
We had a good season. We've been really blessed. We're thankful to have a good year. We had some adversity this year, and we got through it and went to town. Good. And the boys got really tight, and they had each other's back, and they went to work. I mean, they went to work, and they did good work. And I was really thankful for that group. That was quite a group. Very, very unique group of kids.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And University of West Alabama comes in the second position, bringing the team. And there's a little bit of a spread there. So it sounds to me like you're exactly right. Your men's team did go to work.
Yeah. And they got tight. They got tight. I mean, they did whatever they had to do. I mean, like I got a kid, his name's Coldeck, right? And he's a bareback rider. He's on his rookie's card. He finished second at the rookie roundup deal. And he entered the team roping. I mean, he got points in the team roping. I mean, just because he's a cowboy and he can handle a rope, and he heals, and like, heck, just whatever he could do, he did, Yeah. And then you had tying 2 events, and like, and then and we had it at both ends of the arena. I mean, I got some freshmen that, didn't make the college finals, but worked just as hard and made those other guys better, know, and I had a great group of leaders this year that showed the young guys what it takes, and how to be a team, and they include, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. It was I had a good group of kids.
All right. How about University of West Alabama?
Oh, Daniel. I'll tell you what, Daniel and Will kind of duked it out there at the end for second place. They were going after it, and it was exciting. To watch them go to work.
100 and just less than 100 points. It's separating the second and third place team. That's a pretty good rodeo there at the end for sure.
Yeah, that was really great. Well, really, and then you throw Morgan in there she was at EMCC. You throw Morgan in there, and right up until the very last rodeo, that second place was tough. And Morgan had a good team too, and really did. And and really up until after the first 2 rodeos in the spring, you had Rusty Hayes is down there in Southern Arkansas. My gosh, and he had that Dixon boy, and I tell you what, I mean, you don't ever see him miss. I mean, he's, and I mean, it was.
And it really seems like Rusty's building out that program pretty good too.
Yeah. He's a good guy too. He's a good guy.
All right. Talk to me about the women's teams that are coming.
Well, okay.
Who else do you want to talk about up there?
Well, you got Will. Will's just in his second year of coaching,
Yes.
And he had a boy, he had that Will Collier, which Colliers are great family, good people. I mean, wonderful people. Colliers are wonderful people. But Will's only in his second year of coaching, and I mean, he got 4 kids to the college finals and and made them work. I mean, put it to work. Will Loomis,
Yeah, I was going to say. So we've had Will on this platform in the past. He joined us last year for the CNFR morning show after its first season. So, I wanted to remind everyone, Northwest Mississippi Community College is Will Loomis. East Mississippi. Yeah, you guys have a really strong Pearl River Community College, UT Martin. Murray State has a new coach, right?
Yeah. Yep. Matt Papsicki. Yep. And they're changing a lot of things around there. I know they sure are. They definitely are, and but I thought, and Will has made we went to his rodeo. He puts on the very last rodeo, and that's where we had the award ceremony and stuff. And Will's done a ton of work to that facility. And
I think we've talked to him when he's been out there working on those pins. So he had some big plans coming for that school.
And he's really, I mean, Will's done good. I mean, And the women's team, you got West Alabama, and Daniel's done a really good job recruiting them. And I mean, last year the West Alabama was the national champions. I mean, they're just, how are you going to beat them?
They were kind of on fire.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep. They did too. And then Frank there at Pearl River has some outstanding girls. SAU. I mean, it was, yeah, it was tough. And I see we just finished fifth, and phew, we had a rough year with our women's team. And, I mean, we had girls that won rounds at the college finals, and it wasn't our year. And it just was not our year at all. But
it looked like the women's teams duked it out for that second position too.
They did. Yeah. Oh, bless you. It could have been, it was, they did duke it out. They dang sure did. Yep. Right at the end. Yep.
All right. Men's all around. And you already talked about Ty Pope, but give us a little bit of a heads up about him. What events is he going to be competing in at the CNFR this year?
Oh, the Bears and the Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about Christian?
Ty is Ty's a college national champion too. I mean, he won it, the bareback riding his sophomore year. Yeah. And he's a super stud. Christian will be competing in the Bulldog and in the Bronc riding, I think. And then, yep. And then like that Ross Price. I mean, I think in the future he's going to be tough to pretty wolfy. Yep, for sure.
So in the all around, I just want to remind those that are watching, it's not just about competing in more than one event, but it's about earning points in those events. So, and you have to earn a minimum of 200 points in an event for it to count towards the all around. So, and you might think that wouldn't be very difficult. However, if you're competing in a very competitive and tight field, sometimes those 200 points can be hard to get. So, the all around is very coveted, I would say.
Yeah. And people are wanting to change that and just like, hey, we didn't get to take all around this year because they didn't have 200 points in an event, and stuff. And I know there's been some real proposals to change that. I have mixed emotions about it. But just as long as whatever rule if they change the rule to say, hey, you only have to get 100 points or whatever, just, if it's all the same for everybody, I mean,
yeah.
What's it matter? Or do we put in a rule that you have to win the all around, you have to be on both ends of the arena in the men's, and you have to at least do 3 events. I mean, you can make whatever rule you want to make, I suppose.
As long as it's even.
All across the board. We had, it's been 200 points for 20 years since I've been coaching. But I think some of the people want to change that, say, well, we didn't have a girl we didn't have a girl in our region that got 200 points in both events, and they'd like to change that so they can take an all around. And it doesn't matter, just as long as we're all on the same page. You know what I mean? I don't see what it really matters too much. But you know what? Every time you change a rule, you have to figure out how it can be manipulated, or how you have to be really cautious. I mean, when a rule stands and it's been a rule for 20 years and you go to changing it, what happens in another 15? Are they going to try and change it again?
Yeah.
In 5.
I mean, why has it worked for 20 years?
Yeah.
I mean,
so just as long
if
as
we're thinking about it specifically for the women's all around, I don't know that I would change it. And my perspective is, there's more opportunity for breakaway ropers. So where maybe breakaway roping wasn't as popular of an event even 15 years ago.
10 years ago. My God.
So 5 years ago. I mean, really.
Whew.
So if you're looking at that, then you've already got ladies that are competing. Traditionally, there's more barrel racers. And so if ladies are competing in barrel racing and they need to pick up an event, I would say that the rule is more relevant as it stands now than it ever has been before, because more women are already competing in more than one event.
Yeah.
Than they were before.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter to me. Just let's make a rule and
let's do it.
Keep the rule or make a new rule and everybody follows it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And stuff. Well,
let's talk about the women's all around. Who are you guys bringing this year?
Oh, we got, well, you got Kate, you got Lauren, there. That Kate, she goes to school for Frank, and whew, she's pretty woofy, and she is mounted. Her daddy's got her mounted. I'm telling you, and she's she's a good girl. I really like her, but yep. And Lauren's coming in 2 events, and Lauren's well, she earned her. Let's see, she went to school for Frank, and then now she goes to school for Dan, and I mean, they both have a shot, and that's all everybody wants is a shot,
Absolutely.
Yep, for sure.
All right, here we are in the saddle bronc again. There's Mr. Pope.
Yep, you got Ty and you got Tyler. Those 2 boys of mine. I'm excited for them. They've both been in the college finals before. This will be Ross's first year of the college finals, and I'm sure that, boy, if we just draw right, we'll be in great shape.
Yeah, as a region for sure. Bareback riding, there we see Ty again. Talk about our other qualifiers.
Oh, we got Ty and you got Colt. Colt and Cooper kind of battled out. Now Colt couldn't go to the last rodeo because the rookie roundup.
Gotcha.
And I said, dude, you got to go to the rookie roundup, please.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it, and stuff. I said, I think you should go to the rookie roundup.
Well, and I'll mention too that the point spread in the bareback riding in those top 3 positions was really tight. So that could have gone.
Yeah. But
that could have been different.
Right. With that being said, all 3 of those boys have been in the college finals before. Colt got on Captain Hook last year at the college finals. Ooh, made a really good bareback ride. Cooper was second high callback last year at the college finals, and of course, come back into the short round. And then you have Ty, which Ty's won the college finals. Ty won a round last year at the college finals, and he was a college national champion one time. Yep, for sure.
So there's a tight group. I would say bareback riders are hot from the Ozark region for sure.
What? Yeah, I do too. Yep.
How about bull riding?
You got Chad's boy, the Colin Craig. He's pretty sticky. And then Cole, Cole's finished pretty dang high at the college finals before too. Yep, for sure. And then you got Stanley, and he goes to school for Will. And I think, I think any one of those kids could win the college finals.
Well, and the interesting part, once you get to the CNFR, the talent is everybody is so competitive talent-wise. It's really going to be, who has the experience and the mental toughness to put themselves in the right mindset, I think. A lot of people make it to the college finals and then they don't realize that, like, you have just as much of an opportunity to win a national title as the next guy. So come in and play hard. You know what I mean?
It's an even playing field. Let's go in there and get it. Just go in there and get it. And, like Cooper Heinberg in the bareback ride, and he was a freshman last year. Of course, he come back and had a great college finals as a freshman, did great as a freshman. You come back in as a sophomore. I'm super excited for him. Oh, the calf rope. Man, how about that? And the calf rope.
Holy buckets.
You got, this has happened more than once in this year, in more than one event.
Really?
Yeah, you got Blaine Sane, and you got Clint. And we had to buy 2 of those, 2 saddles for those boys. But they calf rope and Coda rope's good too. And Coda, is an all-around contender too. He is. Coda Will, he just might back in the corner and jump out there and beat you at any time. That Coda Will, he's special. He's a little bit different. But you got Blaine and you got Clint, and I know both those boys pretty good. And Clint, it was a student director or event director, so I got to get to know him a little bit better. They're really good boys, and they just might jump out there and beat you. You know?
Well, and let's talk about, like, I think if you're new to the rodeo world, you see that point spread, you might think that, oh, there's just not as much competition. But when you see a point spread like that, where it's so close and so many points evenly spread out between, where are we at? Shoot, anywhere from number 8 and up.
Well, yeah, especially 4th and up, it could have been.
Yes.
I mean, as far as getting in the, as far as just qualifying for the college finals,
that shows a really, really competitive, tight group of competition. That, I mean, they really had to fight it out every weekend.
Right. If you'd have told me that Clay Livengood wasn't going to make the college finals in the calf roping, I'd have said you were crazy. I mean, that kid ropes good. I mean, good. I would have said you're nuts, but I said, oh yeah, he'll go to the college finals, but yeah, he didn't.
Everybody else heard that, and they proved you wrong.
yeah, right. yeah, for sure.
All right. How about steer wrestling? Holy buckets! Look at that.
Yeah, who'd have thought, huh?
Yeah. Listen, we know that coaches, I mean, it's just like Jet Johnson here at Casper College. We've got team ropers, and we've got saddle bronc riders with Sandy Bob Forbes. And you got Will Loomis at Northeast Mississippi. He's got steer wrestlers. And it'll over time, it'll balance out, and he'll begin to recruit some other events. But look at those steer wrestlers this year.
Yeah, like I said, Will's just in his 2nd year,
Yeah.
And like you take that Will Collier. Now, them Colliers are good people, not like he's got a cousin Chris who used to college rodeo that is a real. I like the fire out of Chris. Good boy, and but Will's daddy is a great guy. That Will Collier. I was super excited for Will. You bet. And the Cagle boy, you bet, and Christian, he works every event, but he did really well. I mean, it came down to the last rodeo for, those 3 for sure.
Yeah.
But like I said, you take anybody from that top 6 who could have qualified for the college finals at the last rodeo, actually even further down, for sure. Yep.
All right, team roping. This is a little trickier to talk about, so we'll do the head and side first.
Yeah, those Cowan boys rope really, really, really good. Both they do. That family, they rope. Brody rope. I mean, all these kids work. Take Lane. Lane works every event, and Lane head's good. That could have been. It could have went any which way, really. How it does. Clark's going to college finals, and he finished 4th, but he's going to college finals. Because his team won 2nd in the region. It was just any one of them. I mean, could have won the region. Yeah.
All right. How about our healers?
Oh, earlier when I said Latham, the Dixon boy, I said the Dixon boy from SAU, Rusty's boy. He will mow one down. I mean, yeah. But all these guys, but they can. It was good. It was good. Yep.
So as we start talking about team roping, and you guys competing in your season in a different setup than what we're going to see, than what these guys are going to see at the CNFR, what preparation, as a coach, what preparation are you kind of coaching towards? How are they preparing right now?
Oh, I think I really, in the team roping.
Do you even worry about it?
Not so much in the men's events compared to the women. Now the team roping just a little bit, because it can come up quick and it can be, you got to be really paying attention. You got to be riding your horse, and you got to be paying attention where you're at in the arena. But it's more so in the goat tying and the barrel racing. You know what I mean? Because in the goat tying, we got to keep those horses calm enough to get them down the alleyway. And it's a short setup inside there. So the fastest horse really don't have a lot. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a quick setup in there for the barrel racing and the goat tying. And team roping, you got to pay attention. Now, I don't think it matters in bulldogging or the take that quick downtown start. I mean, if you don't take it, you're not going to win. You know what I mean? You take it. You be smart, but you.
Do they fiddle with the barriers from year to year, or is it pretty much the same setup?
Pretty much the same. Yep.
So, and it's a little bit, I would say, like a nod and ride situation, or what is it?
Oh, not at all. Yeah, you just said, it's not a nod and ride. Not a bit. Yep. You got to sit there, but it progresses. Like, so, the cattle might speed up or the steers might speed up or even steers might slow down,
Right.
you're working with livestock. Some are more seasoned than others, and some are prepared a little different than others. Some are dead fresh, so you just, it's just different from year to year. I mean, as far as the barriers, it's the same, but I mean, as far as the
cattle.
The cattle, I mean, we use a different set every year, I mean, sure you do. So like, it can be different.
Yeah. Speaking of women's events, let's talk about some barrel racing.
What do you think of that?
Oh, man, all of your guys' events were really tight. I mean, you got a pretty good point spread there.
You got, yep. Of course, Tacey had a ton of success at the college finals last year.
Sisters, I assume.
They are sisters. They're well mounted, have good horses. Daniel did good recruiting those girls, for sure. Yep, absolutely.
Nice.
Yep. I mean, if you look at that, I mean, that's 1,700 points of Daniel's women's team right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
For sure. And then I thought if Savannah Moran, she finished fourth in the region. She could have.
There's just not a lot of point spread there. Honestly, it could have gone either way.
Right. If you'd have told me at the first college rodeo of the spring that Savannah wasn't going to make college finals, I'd have called you a liar too. That was kind of like.
I feel like you're getting proved wrong a lot this year.
Man, yeah.
You shouldn't admit that.
I get proved a lot wrong a lot, like daily.
Well, yeah, you're a girl dad, so you betcha.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's funny. Breakaway roping. Have your guys' breakaway roping numbers increased?
Oh, yeah, just like everybody else's. You bet that. But see, there's another example. We had to buy 2 saddles for the breakaway roping this year, too. I mean, yeah.
You guys took a hit in your budget this year.
Oh, damned if we didn't. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah. And we're really doing good. Thought we'd spend a little more on saddle, get a little bit better quality, a little bit more, and then you have to buy double. That's that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's funny. But all them, I mean, they're tough.
Same thing in the breakaway roping. You guys have a really tough region, very, very competitive across the board. I mean, I would say based on the other regions that we've talked to, we're 3/4 of the way through, probably more than that. They might have 1 or 2 events that are pretty tight point spread, but I mean, it's been every event for you guys.
We feel pretty good about it. I mean, some people, they think it's, you only have 300 and some kids up there, and stuff like that. But,
Yeah, but when all 300 and some kids are competitive,
we try to win too, I mean,
yeah, exactly. And listen, I also know just from these conversations that every region thinks they're the most competitive. So And that's how it should be. Absolutely how it should be. But the proof, I mean, we're going to find out in 10 days. So
you bet. I mean, there's so many good schools out there with such good contestants and so many good coaches that are out there.
So I have kind of a rookie question here. When you have a tie, do you take 3 people or does Kerrigan come?
Kerrigan, no, you take 3 people.
Okay.
Yeah, but Kerrigan gets to go because she's on Frank's
team.
Frank, yeah.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yep.
All right, let's talk about goat tying.
Yeah, let's talk about it. What do you want to know? It could have been anybody that go to the college finals. That Jordan Neely, she's a bad dude. She's a bad mama jamma. You know, and then boy, Joanna is too. Joanna got a ton. Joanna had success at the college finals last year. When she was on the national championship team for
West Alabama.
Yeah, and so, I mean, she's got experience there. But Jordan, she really upped her game and did a great job this year. She upped her game. She worked hard over the summer too. She really upped her game. Yeah. And Kate's, yeah, she does. I mean, we didn't know who was going to college finals, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
it looks like I'm pretty excited about who you guys do have coming. I would say in the countdown and who to watch, you really can't go wrong if you're picking, you really can't go wrong picking somebody from the Ozark region. And I think that the proof is in the pudding and then point spread in each region. So not that there is college rodeo picks, but if there were, I have a really strong team picked out.
If you know how I'm always getting proved wrong, like I get proved wrong.
Yeah,
but like
me too.
No, I mean, like I'm above average in getting proved wrong. I'm pretty confident in that. But like, if you told me Betsy Romer's going to finish 4th in the go time, I said you're crazy. She finished 3rd last year as a junior, and I was just sure that Betsy would make the college finals.
So is it freshmen? Is it new blood that came in, or is it just more competitive?
It's got more. You had Jordan and Joanna that that are not. Kate's pretty young, but Kate, she might beat you in the breakaway open. She might beat you in the go time, and I mean her dad. She has her. I always say her daddy has a mommy. He's a great guy. I know her dad pretty good, or gotten to know him pretty good. I mean, super wonderful man. And but she's mounted, and he's and she So it's pretty. I'm really proud of our region, and I'm thankful for our region.
Well, and it sounds like West Alabama's got a title to defend, so they're going to be coming in strong for sure.
Oh yeah, they will. And Daniel will have them rally. They'll be good, And kudos to Daniel for taking 2 teams to the college finals.
Yeah,
I mean, his women's team wins first, his men's team wins second, and that's good. And when it's once you get there, it's harder to stay there than it is to get there. It's harder to stay there than it is to get there. So kudos for Daniel. Yeah, kudos for Daniel. I mean, he's done a good job.
Is there anything else? I was just thinking about this. Who won the softball tournament last year?
I would not have a clue.
Oh, it wasn't the Ozark region?
It might have been. I don't know. Who was it? I have no idea.
I don't remember. I should remember.
I will be going this year to the softball tournament and watching the kids, the Ozark region play.
Oh, you're not going to play in the coaches?
No. Knee replacement,
Oh.
They don't want you doing that kind of stuff anymore. Yeah.
Once you get to a certain age?
I don't think age has anything to do with it. I'm very young.
Yeah.
I just happen to have a knee replaced. So
Yeah, you don't. I feel like
really-
your doctor would be really sad if you came back to him and said that you blew your knee out at the softball tournament.
Right. Because can you imagine, okay, the coaches team, there's 2 coaches teams, right? Okay. So those guys are so competitive. So can you imagine, like, okay, I'm sure nobody's going to take it easy on Ken, because Ken, needs a hip replacement, already had a knee replacement. That's not going to happen. Nor would Ken do that to anybody else. Therefore,
Right.
I should probably just not play. Yeah, that's right.
So you might be a little too competitive for your own good.
That's probably why it's already happened. Huh? Yeah.
Well,
that's probably why it's like.
I feel like I'm paying for some choices that I made when I was younger also.
Yeah, could be.
So I get it. We feel your pain around here. Ken, thank you so much for joining us this morning. For all of our viewers, we want to give a shout out to Ken for taking time out of his schedule. Also, shout out to Visit Casper for helping to bring these conversations. Also, I would, on a more personal note, want to give a shout out to Visit Casper for really getting behind. I've had a very unique opportunity to be a local Casperite, but also a fan contestant of college rodeo. And so when the CNFR first moved to Casper, it's kind of one of those things that you just don't know how long it's going to stay. And I think, Ken, you and I talked about it off camera, but the community as a whole has really embraced the college finals. And so I think that's kudos in large part to Visit Casper and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is Visit Casper, for kind of making that happen. They came on as a national sponsor and have really, they've made it happen. So I want to give a shout out from myself personally, just knowing what it does for the sport, but also what it also does for our community.
Right. And, so like when we're at the college rodeos, like at the regional levels, and we have the Visit Casper flag, and we, and the arena signage, that we put up at all the regional rodeos. And then for some reason, people always direct people to me, and I don't always know why, but they'll say,
"You're the boss."
Well, no, I'm the guy. I had the short straw. That's how that worked. But they'll say, "Well, tell us about Cat." Well, we're thinking, my grandson over here, or my granddaughter over here. We're thinking about going out there. What could we do out there? And I'm like, Casper, you can do whatever you want in Casper. Casper's an awesome town, and they're good to the college finals, and they're good to contestants. They are. And we've really enjoyed it. And like I said, I've been coaching for 20 years, and my little girls, we'd always go to the Casper, and we climb the mountain, and we go to the waterfall, and then we go shopping, and we did a lot more shopping, and oh my gosh, yeah. But
girl dad.
Yeah, they've had a lot of fun at Casper. Yeah. It's a good place.
We love to have you guys here. Like I said, I have a unique opportunity to be in both worlds as a community member and part of kind of the college rodeo world. So I think it's been a really good connection. I think it's good for our community. I think it's been really good for the college rodeo world too. So we're happy. I'm happy to be on this side to help promote Casper, but also help promote college rodeo. So thanks to Visit Casper for the opportunity, and thank you for joining us this morning.
There you go.
Yep. All right. You guys, we are so closer than I even knew. Brandon Edwards is going to join us, I believe, from the Rocky Mountain region on Friday, and then we'll wrap up our last 3 regions next week. Damian White, Lou Rust, and Ben Londo will join us next week, which is, next week's go time. The arena starts getting set up, the dirt comes in, the arena, all the things happen next week, and then we have check-in and contestants start coming in. I'm going to guess the faculty directors will be here, by Wednesday, because y'all have meetings on Thursday?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And then we're more than likely going to start seeing trailers pull in right about that same time, Wednesday. So if there's some student athletes that need to acclimate their horses, that's a thing. The elevation is a little bit different here. So we may start seeing contestants come in this weekend. So it's happening. It's coming really quick. But I think we're all ready for you guys. So for anyone that's watching and you need tickets, please reach out to the Ford Wyoming Center. I believe the box office number is 577-3030. It's been the same number forever. You can get tickets there. You can get tickets online. I do know that season tickets, everything is reserved seating because we have so many sold out nights. Everything's reserved seating. So you guys need to get your tickets purchased and then sit in your seat, please. The Ford Wyoming Center would appreciate that, as well as the person whose seat you took. They would appreciate that too. And then if you're looking for hotel rooms, you better get on it because I know they are few and far between, if any. I do have room for tents. That would be funny. I'm sure my husband would love that I just said that. Yeah, so we're coming in really close, 10 days out. Ken, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your time. We will see you in just a few days. Drive careful.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah. All right, you guys, tune in on, man, this week is really throwing me off. Tune in on Friday with Brandon Edwards and a wrap up for the Rocky Mountain region.